Text Hy-Vee Gas 49833
Section 137, please. Connected. 137, please. Home delivery 53, please. Home delivery
33.
I'll put one in, but you'll have to call first.
Okay, well, have her do it. Have her pull it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
T-Rex
We're
channel.
live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
I feel like I was just here yesterday for 12 hours. Welcome to Hy-Vee Today. This is Tony Tone. We had a busy day yesterday. I'm pretty sure that today's Thursday, although I don't want to be responsible in case it's not. But bear with me. I do think it is Thursday, the 26th of July. Yesterday, we had an extremely successful first keto cooking class in the club room that was led by Chef Tess, who is in the Hy-Vee Today kitchen. There were about 40 people there, sold out in 36 hours. The samples were plentiful, and I thought, Chef Tess, that was a total success. But how are you feeling? Because you got here earlier than I did this
Feeling
morning.
great. Fueled by Starbucks today.
Good. And when you get Starbucks, you don't mess around. You get like a gallon of espresso with a straw, right?
Rocket fuel. Yes.
Oh, man. So what was your favorite part of keto cooking last night?
The sold out room.
Yeah.
Felt good. Thanks to all who came out. It was awesome. The samples were great. Like I told everybody last night, I'm not on keto, so I'm kind of learning from your experience and,
Sure.
and learning as we do this together. And everything turned out great yesterday. All the food items I thought turned out great. Everybody who was there seemed to love everything. So it was just a good time. It's nice to hang out and share some knowledge with people and just have a great time.
We're going to show some pictures later. This lasagna that Tess made was phenomenal. And not only was the lasagna great, what you put on top of the lasagna was almost too good to be true. But we'll get to the pictures later in the show. And then for lunch today, starting at 11:30, barbacoa tacos. And I don't want to assume, and if we can get a quick overhead shot, it looks like you're prepping stuff for guacamole.
Guacamole and pico de gallo.
Oh, snap. More like pico de mio. Love it. So I'm going to have to come back and grab a barbacoa romaine, or I don't know. Maybe I'll just have you do like a barbacoa salad or something. I'm so picky. Listen to me. I wish I would have won the Mega Millions. Then I could just buy barbacoa tacos for everybody.
You could just buy me to be your personal chef.
Right. Is that legal?
Sure.
Chef Tess, we need barbacoa tacos every day for every person in the world. Well, guacamole, I know it'll be good. That starts at 11:30. Don't miss out, and we'll check back in with Chef Tess. Here's the thing. Right now, you're looking at an overhead shot of some tomatoes and avocado, and then like the next time and there's that loud bakery cart. The next time we cut back, there'll be like a thing of guacamole produced because Chef Tess is that good. Also, I should mention the second keto class will be August 29th at 5:30 p.m. That's another Wednesday. Tickets on sale August 1st. No, don't worry. This isn't even going out yet. This is the first time we're talking about it. Breaking news, #fake news. Except it's real news. August 1st, 9 a.m. tickets on sale, $10. Customer service, get them while they last. Don't miss out on a good time. Okay, let's get to our first guest. So Misty Wetzel is here to talk about the Ashley Lovelace benefit that is coming up this Saturday, the 28th. And Misty, you're brave because your friends all left you hanging. Thanks for coming on the show. It's good to see you. So I was expecting this full house, and then everybody gets busy, and they send in the champ to handle the interview, right?
Unfortunately, working kids take precedence sometimes. Hanging out with you, Tony.
Working kids. What's the deal with working? No, I totally understand.
How dare they?
Right. Ashley Lovelace is somebody that I've only known for a couple of years, but and I met Ashley through Get Your Rear in Gear, which she kind of started in Muscatine because her father passed away from colon cancer, colorectal cancer, I believe. So I knew Ashley through talking about that event, and then unfortunately a couple months ago she was diagnosed with breast cancer, correct?
Yeah, so towards the end of May, beginning of June, she was diagnosed with breast cancer.
So the obvious question is, how is she doing now? I mean, she's obviously receiving treatment, and I know that's like a loaded question, but
her last round of chemo was a week ago. So it was her second round of chemo, and the first time she was scared because she was anxious of what was going to happen, and the second time she was scared because she knew what had happened.
Right.
And you can't blame her for having a little fear there, but she's bouncing back right now pretty well. I'm going to actually meet her around lunchtime, and so, I mean, she's doing it as well as can be expected, and everyone's, reaching out to her, and so her spirit's pretty high.
Good.
So,
well, we talk a lot on this show about how Muscatine rallies around when we need to, especially with individuals or organizations that need a hand, and the response from the community supporting Ashley and her family. I don't know if I've seen examples of this, but to the extent that we're seeing is pretty special.
Yeah, right? I think it goes to show that it's a testament to Ashley and how she has affected the community, because she is really involved with the community.
Sure.
Between the Healthy Living Festival, the prescription drop-offs, blood drives, the Get Your Rear in Gear, and she, at her store, the Vent Loft, and also called The Hanger, she takes in used dresses to make sure that all the girls have dresses for prom or homecoming, things like that. So I think it's a testament to show that, the community, she's been out there and she's made an impact on them, and they remember that.
So this benefit on Saturday, so this Saturday the 28th, outside at Mr. Sippy's, is going to be big.
Yes.
So this isn't
Yeah,
well, I think we know it's going to be big. It's just one of those things, Misty, where I can't undersell it enough to people. Get there early or show up. I mean, you could stay the whole time for 8 hours if you want to.
Yeah.
But you definitely at some point want to get there, because I don't want you to miss out on a chance to help somebody in need. There's a Facebook event that we're looking at right now that has all of the details. On Facebook alone, it says there's 444 people going.
Yeah, we hope all 444 show up.
We're going to be counting.
More,
Misty's going to be counting at the door with a little clicker.
I have my clicker out.
So let's talk about what's going on during the benefit. You have I've seen a trip to Jamaica.
Yeah, so until 4 p.m. on Saturday, you can buy a raffle ticket for a trip to Negril, Jamaica, and it includes your driver from the airport to the home,
Wow.
as well as a maid service, and $400 towards your airfare. Delta gift cards, and they're $25 a ticket, and we'll be drawing for those later in the evening, but
Cool.
you can purchase them up till 4 o'clock.
Okay.
I mean, on the live auction, we have a trip to Florida.
Sweet.
To the Palms. So, I mean, there's just things for everybody. The silent auction will be going on till 8 p.m., and the live auction starts at 7. And we have tons of Cubs tickets, and then we
Cool.
have Hawkeye football homecoming tickets.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
We have seed for farmers. I mean, there's just...
Really?
Yes. We had
Wow.
some channel seed donated. What kind of seed? I probably couldn't tell you, but yeah, we have like a trolling motor for a
Cool.
boat. I mean, there's a lot of things out there.
So we have a couple more details on the screen. Bake sale, 50-50 raffle. There was a gun raffle. Walking top. Whose idea was it for the macaroni bar? That's genius.
So that's one thing that Ashley wanted. So she loves her macaroni, so do I.
Yeah.
And so the macaroni bar will be the macaroni and then all kinds of
Sure.
toppings that you can put on top of it.
Is bacon going to be an option?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. But you can't have the pasta.
I can't, but I could just have like a plate of bacon,
Yeah.
right?
And the taco meat.
Yes. Oh my gosh, this is the best day ever for me. So yeah, at this point, show up on Saturday for sure, and help out. You know, these things are always fun, and people are going to have a good time.
I hope so,
And it
yeah.
goes from 2 p.m. till 10 p.m. at Mr. Sippy's. But like all these experiences that you're talking about, like, yes, you're going to raise money to help somebody in need, and then at the same time, if you can go to a Hawkeye game, that's great. Like whatever it takes to get people to come out.
Yeah, and
You
so
know.
one of the things, we had a lot of salons step up too, and
Sure.
so even like men's haircuts or boys and women's and girls. So you're going to be going back to school. You're probably getting your kids' haircut anyway. So it's items that we also have items that you're going to be getting
Yeah.
anyway.
Right.
So it's kind of you get two birds with one stone. You can help out Ashley as well as helping or getting what you need done.
Yeah.
And the kids table is from 2 to 5, so there will be bouncy houses and kids activities.
Cool.
And that is donation based, and all of those donations at the kids section will be donated to Bentley.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So there's the graphic with the info. It's scroll down just a little bit, Mr. Broderson. Look at it. I mean, this is so well put together. The thing is, Misty, like this happened really quick.
Yeah.
And benefits, if you've never planned one but you've gone to one, the folks that are watching, hopefully you have a sense of how much work it takes to pull this off. So not only did y'all put this together so quickly, the location had changed, but if anything, it's just gotten bigger and better. So talk about that, the amount of work that it's taken, and maybe give a shout out to some of the people that have been there.
So Nicole Newcomb is just, I think some people might say, terrorizing Barry Blazing and Amanda Hart, who are the owners down at Mr. Sippy's, and they have been working miracles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've redone their deck. They had a room that they weren't even using or going to be using, and we've ripped out carpets and made them paint, and they put in new chandeliers. And I mean, so it's not just, it's stuff that they were planning on doing anyway.
Sure.
We kind of just lit a fire under them, and Nicole has been down there. That's been her main thing, is making sure our space is ready to go. And so she's been down there lighting a fire under Barry. So I think she might be banned after we're done with this. So.
Hey, Nicole, we love you, but don't ever come back, okay? Please.
Yeah.
But you do have, so Susan and Amanda and Nicole, we're going to be here, but things came up. There's been a lot of people involved.
Yeah.
And it's really like, it's little things and it's big things. It's getting donations, it's securing volunteers to help, making sure that people are on time and getting shirts made and graphics for the event.
Yeah,
right?
So, Laura Schroeder
Yeah.
getting everything started with the photo shoot
Sure.
was a huge thing for us.
Yeah.
But we've had Cassie Miller, who is acquaintances with Ashley Raymer, but isn't really good friends with her, and she's devoted her time. And I mean, I can't even, there's just been so many people that, and the thing is we're not out going knocking on doors asking
Right.
for donations. People are contacting us and saying, hey, we have this for you.
Sure.
But the photo shoot was something that Nicole and Laura kind of had an idea about. It was a private event, and we just we didn't think it was going to be as big as it was. It ended up being over 200 people. We raised $5,000 in 2 days.
It's unbelievable.
And it was, yeah, we've had over 30,000 views on it. So we wanted to show that, you know, it's 1 in 8 women can be diagnosed with breast cancer, 1 in 1,000 men.
Yeah.
And there is over 200 of us, and it could be any of us.
Right.
And that Ashley, you know, and we did have breast cancer survivors there. So, yeah, it could be any of us, and we wanted her to know that she wasn't alone. And
yeah, breast cancer is awful, and everybody that's standing around this set probably has a connection to somebody that's had breast cancer. My mom's mom, my grandma had breast cancer way back in the day, and had a breast removed a couple years ago. 2 of my mom's cousins had breast cancer, and it sucks, you know, quite frankly. And the key that they always say is that early detection and mammograms. But for someone like Ashley Lovelace, I mean, she's how old? 35, 36, 37?
Well, I don't pay attention to those kind of numbers.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
she's
the thing
so
is
young.
that she found it. She found the lump herself.
Sure.
And so that is one thing that Ashley has always kind of put out there, too, is taking care of yourself health-wise. Right. And she was going tanning, and she found the lump herself. So had she not given herself those checks, it may not have been caught as early.
Yeah.
And the tumors are shrinking, so that's good. Really awesome.
That's good. Is it Betsy Milder or Milder?
Milder.
That's what I thought. On Facebook, Betsy says, these ladies have made this benefit throwing thing look easy. We all know it's not. Hats off to Susan, Amanda, Misty, and Nicole. You ladies are nothing shy of amazing.
I love Betsy.
She's great.
Yes.
So we were looking at pictures from the Laura Schroeder photo shoot. That was, again, something that was executed without Ashley knowing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
A total surprise. And then Channel 8 from the Quad Cities came down and covered it. And it's really, you know, and hey, there's Mamma Mia at Circa 21. Love it. So Channel 8 coming down is cool because this is showing that people that are dealing with breast cancer are truly not alone. And we're looking at some of the footage from that story right now. Is there audio right now? Okay, I'll stop talking.
Look up at me.
But Ashley has an army behind her.
I literally was, it was just like beep, 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 beep. My phone just started going off at like 8 o'clock last night.
Ashley had no idea what her family and friends were up to.
I was trying to think of a way that we could come together as a community to support her and raise a lot of money.
Laura Schroeder has a studio in Muscatine. The photo shoot is her way of helping. Over 200 people stepped out of their comfort zone and took these pictures, raising $5,000 for Ashley.
Everybody fighting are out of their comfort zone, so we were showing that we'll be uncomfortable with you to help you through it.
Men, women, children, even Ashley's own daughter took part.
To have that many people come out and support you is unreal.
In that way.
Today, Ashley did her own photo shoot.
I guess I kind of wanted to just come back to all those people and say thank you and show them that I'm being strong.
So over 200 people coming together, it's pretty special to see that.
And show other people that they can beat
and this is it. We're in the home stretch, sitting here on Thursday ahead of the benefit on Saturday. Stop down, starting at 2 o'clock. You can get there between 2 and 10.
Yep,
2 and 10.
From 2, and then I do want to say that at 3 p.m. for any overflow parking, you can start parking at the Rose Bowl.
Yes.
And we will have a shuttle service every 15 minutes taking you to and from Mississippi's.
Cool.
And 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. we will have non-emergency transport. We'll be providing shuttle service or service to drive you home.
Excellent.
So that there's no drinking and driving.
That is fantastic. You guys have thought of everything for this, and now we just need people to show up. And, it'd be great to see breast cancer survivors.
Yeah, and we had breast cancer survivors involved in the photo shoot as well. They people that had never met Ashley came down.
Wow.
So Laura Schroeder was huge for us, too, and getting the word out. So it's been, like you said, we put put it together in about a month, and we are.
It's unbelievable.
We might be exhausted, but it's well worth it.
It's absolutely well worth it. Thank you for coming on every Saturday. And if you're watching, stop and pause. And Ashley and her family, you're going to have a good time. You can get more details on Facebook. If you have any questions, you can reach out to folks like Misty or myself or, whoever else, But here's what you need to know. It's Saturday. Starts at 2, goes till 10.
Yep.
Show up and have a good time. All right. As we get ready for our next guest, let's send Betsy to the Toyota Muscatine Cart Cam, and she'll get set to show us some bagels because it's National Bagel Fest Day. You're also looking at an overhead shot of, thank you, ma'am, of Chef Tess in the Hy-Vee Today kitchen with some avocados. Those are my friends. Chef Tess, avocados are my BFFs. You know that now.
Healthy fats.
They are so good. Now, do you have any secret to your guacamole that sets it above the rest?
Plenty of lime.
Okay.
Season it properly with salt.
Yeah.
Cilantro, for sure. And then sometimes I throw in tomato if the tomatoes are looking good. And sometimes I throw in onion. Sometimes I throw in jalapeno.
Yeah.
But the lime, the salt, and the cilantro, that's the basis of what you need right there.
I love it. All right, guacamole coming together. Let's go to Betsy in the cart cam. So it's National Bagel Fest Day. And come on over, guys. We'll get you set up. Lynn, well, whoever's going to be brave, yeah. Oh, yeah, please bring them too. That's so great. So Betsy is going to show us some Hy-Vee bagels. And I love when people bring props on the show. This is fantastic. I'm going to have to scoot over. So Betsy's going to show us some Hy-Vee bagels, which are in the dairy section, just kind of down from where, hey, there's some English muffins. Are there bagels on that? I can't see, even with my good glasses on. Yes. Hey, good job, Betsy. Way to go. I never doubted her for a minute, y'all. Look at that. That's fantastic. Celebrate National Bagel Fest Day. And, this is so awesome. Celebrate National Bagel Fest Day. You can stop by Hy-Vee. We have bakery, fresh bagels. We have the stuff that's ready to go, like Thomas English muffins. Hi, guys. And don't forget the cream cheese if you're going to get a bagel, right? Please get the cream cheese. We're going to clip that on right around like there. Perfect. You going to talk? Okay. All right. Lynn's taking one for the team, so to speak. Okay. So very good. Toyota Muscatine Cart Cam. Strolling through the dairy department here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. Hey, there's Jim Haskins, dairy manager. Okay, so on Saturday, I love that you can see who's behind me. This is so, I didn't even know that these existed. This is great. All right. On Saturday, RAGBRAI is set to make a couple stops in the area. One of those is in beautiful Wilton, Iowa. And Lynn, is it Ochiltree?
Ochiltree.
I
yeah.
should know that. Lynn
That's
Ochiltree. Brenda's here, kind of behind the scenes, and then there's a young man.
Our son Christian is enjoying watching the guacamole be made over there.
Oh man,
so.
He's got the best seat in the house. We're talking Wilton Candy Kitchen. Lynn, it's good to see you again, and you brought some friends along, which is so great.
Brought George and Thelma, and we had these made a couple weeks ago, and kind of to honor them. A lot of folks will come through RAGBRAI that have been through years before that will remember them. They were a duo for 66 years at the Candy Kitchen. Of course, we also have George's dad, Gus, but we didn't bring him. He stayed back at the store. So
unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Official shake.
Yeah.
So it was just a couple of weeks ago on a Saturday. It's one of those things for us. I have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old. We woke up. Kids were kind of being feisty. We got them out of the house. I just kind of started driving towards Wilton because there's that old train depot and that train car. My 6-year-old still loves Thomas the Train. And then we made the very wise decision of stopping in the Wilton Candy Kitchen, and you were there.
I was there, yes.
And we got to talking, and I wanted to have you on the show because the history, Lynn, of the Candy Kitchen in Wilton, Iowa is incredible.
It's amazing.
How long has it been, and look at that shot, that's fantastic. How long has the Candy Kitchen been in business in Wilton?
So the Candy Kitchen was actually a reopened soda fountain that had closed before 1909, and our history goes back to the 1860s when there was another confectionery soda fountain there. But George's dad, Gus Nopoulos, came to Wilton in 1909, and it was the largest fair in Iowa at that time was held in Wilton. And so he came out from Davenport,
Cool.
and he'd worked for his uncle's confectionery in Davenport, and he came to Wilton. And a year later, from 1909 to 1910, he reopened the store, and on June 9th, actually, 1910. So
It's
108
incredible.
years.
So there's a picture of the candy kitchen, and these are some older pictures,
Yep.
which is fantastic.
Yep.
I love that the sign. I don't know how. Do you know how long the sign?
The sign was put in 1946. George Annapolis went off to war, and when he came back from the war, he helped design that sign and had it placed in 1946. The sign that was there previous, you probably saw in the store,
That's right. Yeah,
is
yeah.
in there, that his dad put up probably around 1918.
Yeah, and you're wearing the very.
And I'm wearing the
brand
sign,
new
yeah,
button,
yeah.
the sign button.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
That is
so-
slick. It's lit. It lights up and everything. So, Ragbri has stopped in Wilton before. You mentioned it. This Saturday, there's going to be a couple thousand bicyclists. It's such,
Yes.
Lynn, and you can speak to this, and you're a person that cares about Wilton a lot, and there's a great shot of the button, by the
Oh,
way.
yeah.
Look at that. Having an event like Ragbri stop in Wilton is so good
It's
for the
amazing.
community, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's great. It's great. You know, this will be the third time that Ragbri has been in Wilton. We've had Ragbri there in 1982, 2011, 2015, and now in 2018. So
Wow.
it's pretty amazing that we've had it come through so many times in the last few years, actually. So
It's so excellent. Was that the Channel 8 story about Ragbri coming to Wilton? Yeah, we'll roll it without the audio. That's cool. You can keep
Yeah,
that rolling. So
yeah.
downtown Wilton is undergoing a revitalization.
Yes.
That project continues to improve Wilton, and there's some video footage from
Yeah.
Pat. Look at all the bicyclists.
Yeah.
The Candy Kitchen, Lynn, y'all had some major renovations done.
Yes.
You had to.
Yes.
Sort
Well, the
of
building was
infrastructure.
leaning to the north about 8 inches at the top to the bottom, and so we were very fortunate and blessed to be able to be a part of this renovation so that we could afford to do the work that needed to be done, because
Sure.
some of it was funded by grants from the state of Iowa.
Excellent.
And the city, and then of course the property owners, we've contributed as well. It's amazing to be able to do it. We could have never done it without the monies that were through the grant program.
And you literally had to like lift up.
We literally lifted the building up. We put in a foundation. There was no foundation on the north side of the building, and on the west side of the building, it was a huge undertaking. So we've saved that building. It's the oldest building in Wilton, built in 1856. It is one of the first buildings probably built in that first year of building in Wilton in 1856, in the spring of that year. And it still remains. A wood structure building still remains to this day, and I'm so honored to save it. I love history. I love Wilton. I've collected and preserved the history of Wilton since I was 8 years old. So
You have like a designated space that is also downtown that is full of Wilton's
yeah, I have a
history,
museum in the back of the Candy Kitchen, and I also have another building in downtown Wilton that's full of the archives I've collected since I was 8 years old.
And it's important not just for people that enjoy history, Lynn, but for the sake of Wilton, right?
Right.
To have that preserved
Right.
for future generations.
Yeah.
What I like about all the pictures that we're seeing is, you know, the initial thought someone might have is, oh my gosh, they're going to change it. You walk in, you can't even tell
Yeah, we didn't
that
change.
anything happened.
No.
And I mean that with all due respect. Like, the first time I was in the Candy Kitchen several years ago, and this young man was behind the counter, it looks the same, and it has such charm. There's something romantic about the Candy Kitchen. It just makes you feel good. Even if it's your first time, you just have this great feeling of nostalgia, and you can take a stroll and learn everything you would need to know.
Yeah.
And if you're there, you can ask questions, or if your staff is there. And again, just the setup is.
Yeah.
I wish I could quit this diet, because that day we were there with my family, everybody is throwing down ice cream, and I'm standing there like a jamoke, not having anything.
Yeah, I saw that day. You did well though. Yeah,
It's very
hard.
tempting.
Very tempting.
What led you and your family to decide to make this purchase a couple of years ago?
Well, I have to give my wife Brenda most of the credit. Thelma Annapolis and I have been friends for many years. I helped her, along with several other people, to write her History of Wilton, which was published in 2006. I was approached by Thelma several years ago, even before George died, that we should take it over. And of course we're like, no, we just can't do that. We just don't have the time and the energy to do it. But after George died in June of 2015, Thelma approached us again about it, and she said, you know, George really wanted the building just torn down. When we're done, we're done.
Wow.
And so my wife stepped up at that point and said, Thelma, we just can't allow that to happen. We need to do something. And she'd had several offers and several people approach her, and she just said it's time to be done. But I have to thank Brenda for that, because that's who really is the one that said we have to do something. So it isn't, we didn't need one more thing to do.
Right.
We have a life and a career other places, but we certainly wanted to save what we could for Wilton, and it's just a great legacy.
You operate another business in Wilton, correct?
We do have a candle shop, Laurelin
Yeah.
Candles, Gifts and Antiques, on the west edge of Wilton.
Yeah.
And that's a soy candle business, antique store, gift store that we've owned for probably 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you weren't busy enough,
here
comes the Candy Kitchen.
That's right. And you know, I'm so honored to save it, and it's fun to be there with folks like you that come
Sure.
in and have never experienced something like that before. Then we have people that have been coming there for 9 generations.
Right.
And it's amazing. It's like coming home to Wilton, and the Candy Kitchen is like coming home. And right there is a picture I see of some of my dad's classmates from the class of 1966.
That's
And
so great.
you know, it's amazing. They come, they gather, and people walk in there and they say, I've been coming in here since I was 6. We had a 96-year-old that said she came there since she was 2 years old. She came from West Liberty. They would come on the weekends to the Candy Kitchen.
Great. It is a destination, right?
It is a destination.
So that's the other part of it. It's has all this history and lure and nostalgia, but it is a destination. So Wilton cannot afford to not have the Candy Kitchen.
Right.
I mean, it brings people to Wilton.
That's right, and that's really what it was all about. You know, Brenda and I aren't. You know, if you look at our publications and brochures about the Candy Kitchen, we're not putting our name anywhere, because it isn't about us. Because we're only going to be here for a short period of time. But if we can save it to perpetuate it to the next generation, that's an amazing feat.
All right, Lynn, let's get down to business. What's your favorite item from the Wilton Candy Kitchen?
If I had to pick a favorite, my favorite is a red raspberry malt.
Okay.
That would be my favorite. I love red raspberry.
That is an interesting choice. Red raspberry malt. I wouldn't have guessed. If you bet me $1 million what I would guess, I wouldn't have guessed that. That's cool.
What would have your guess been?
I don't know, some giant sundae or something.
Oh no,
you
no,
know
no,
what I
yeah,
mean?
no,
Like,
no,
I don't
no,
know.
no. I'm not
Red
a Sunday guy. I'd rather have a red raspberry malt all day long.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
It's also nice, and there's something to be said about, and certainly my experience with my family a couple weeks ago, when the owner is, you know, is hands-on, is working. And as you and I both know, in towns like Wilton and Muscatine and these surrounding communities, that's how it has to be, right? You have to be tangible. Not that you're there all the time, but you have to be tangible. You know what you're doing when you're there. And people sort of, not that they expect it, but they sure do appreciate it, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They really do. And you know, it's fun to be able to tell people the history. And like yesterday, there was a group that came in, and my wife commented on the tin ceiling, and then I chimed in and said, you know, 1913. The floor was 1951.
Wow.
The booths are 1920. The neon signs 1946. You throw out the numbers, and people are like, wow, all this stuff is still here from all that time. It is really a step back in time.
And the thing to remember, and new website coming soon too,
Yeah,
which is super
it's
cool.
been coming soon for a while, as you know, website development. We've been working on
Not
it. But
easy.
yeah, anyway, but it's coming.
Listen, I don't even think the Candy Kitchen needs a website. Go to Wilton and go to the Candy Kitchen. What do you need? Get on Facebook. They're on Facebook. And if we go to Facebook, by the way, Mr. Reginald Broderson, Ryan, Reginald, I don't know where I got that. Speaking of Facebook, by the way,
Yes, sir.
A billionaire by the name of Mark Zuckerberg just happened upon and there he is.
Yep, there's Tatum, our high school, Tatum Ovison. She served him as malt, and our mayor, Robert Barrett. And it was amazing.
Sense. Like I see that picture all the time, and I'm like, that. It almost looked like it didn't happen, but Zuckerberg just was cruising around small towns, and it's not like you knew. We
didn't know. Now the city knew ahead of time, and they did have some people scope it out ahead of time.
Wow.
But we didn't know, and in fact, the city manager had called me and said, "Are you going to be in town on Friday?" And I said, "No. I'm going to work on Thursday, and then I have to be gone." And he said, "Are you sure you can't be there on Friday?" I said, "No, I'm not going to be there. I just can't." And anyway, the whole point is he couldn't tell me, but he knew. And so we have a manager that's there most days when I'm not there, and so he greeted Mark's wife, came in first.
Wow.
And was there for about an hour before Mark came, and they didn't know who she was.
Sure.
And then she left, and then the gentleman that had been there a few weeks before said Mr. Zuckerberg will be here in 5 minutes, and our manager recognized him, and he said, oh, you were here last week.
It's unbelievable.
Anyway, so he came in. It was amazing. It was amazing. I think collectively we had 1 million hits to that post, and the shares. I mean, it was amazing.
It just doesn't happen. That it's just like if he walked in right now, it's so out of place.
Yeah.
Right? So that's when you see that picture, you're like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But it's so great. And
he was gracious and kind and cool.
He's just a normal dude that's worth a couple $2 billion.
Yeah.
Right? He gets up and puts his fancy pants on one leg at a time. Assuming that they're fancy. They might be regular
I
pants.
do have to say, Brenda, as soon as we got the call, we were driving in the car, and she goes, dang it. And I go, what? And she says, I've been telling you we have the museum, and we really need to get a donation box back there for people to help us with the museum and to preserve.
Yeah.
And she says a billionaire comes in and you didn't have that donation box there. Oh, she was so mad. But I said, Brenda, they don't usually put money in donation boxes, I'm sure. Right. So anyway.
Yeah. Well, you got to put some Bitcoin or something.
Oh yeah, one of those would have been fun.
Maybe a gold bar. I mean, I know that he's right. Just one.
Now he's promised to come back to Wilton.
Has he?
He said he would come back when the project was done, because the revitalization is really what my understanding was. That's what drew him to come to Wilton.
Sure.
He had seen an article that was highlighting a building that we own in Wilton, another building, and it was in the Muscatine Journal. Got picked up by NPR.
Wow.
And then he saw that, and he said, I'd like to come there when I'm in Chicago. So that's how it ended up.
It's unbelievable. It's such a great thing. And again, that is a way to highlight the Wilton Candy Kitchen.
Yeah.
And whatever it takes to get people up there, it's just such a wonderful place to be.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think when I describe Wilton to people, and I told you this, it feels like a vacation town.
Yeah.
That's the sense that I get in downtown Wilton. It just feels like, and growing up in the Chicago area, we vacationed a lot with my parents in, Michigan, Wisconsin, and some of those towns that just feel good, and that's how I felt in Wilton. And I know that those cyclists with Ragbri are going to get that sense on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then Founders Day will be here before we know it.
Yeah, Founders
Day, another
Day,
great celebration.
August 17th and 18th and 19th, I believe. So that's exciting. We're going to have something new this year at Founders Day. They're having a pedal pull contest on Friday night. There's going to be they're going to have a beer garden, of course, as they normally do, and entertainment and some bands. They're going to have some duck races, which I understand from someone that they're real ducks.
Oh my gosh.
I thought they would be toy ducks, but I think they're real ducks. So.
Real ducks?
Yeah, so it's going to be fun. They've kind of changed up Founders Day a little bit this year.
Yeah.
So they're going to have inflatables for the kids. They've done away with all the carnival rides and had a little just different feel. So it's pretty exciting.
It's a great time, and the Founders Day parade is second to none.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really something
2 o'clock on
special.
Saturday. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that go to that parade, for sure.
Yeah, and we met, my wife and I met at Founders Day.
Did you
so,
really?
Yeah, so she was, founder at Founders Day. That's right.
If you put that on the shirt.
17 years ago tomorrow we got married, but 18 years ago, Founders Day we met.
Wow.
So, yeah. She was my cousin's roommate, and anyway, we were in a beer tent, but she doesn't want me to tell that part of the story, so it wasn't. We didn't meet at the Candy Kitchen in a booth over a Sunday.
Why wouldn't you just make that the story? Who's going to doubt it?
She doesn't like me to tell it.
It was over a raspberry malt at the Candy Kitchen.
There's more to the story, but I won't tell it.
Thelma was serenading him. She's got the guitar. That's it. All right.
Yeah.
It's great to see you again. Thank you for coming down.
Yep. Thank you.
Owning a business and being away from that business is never easy. I know how busy you both are. I can appreciate that. And I just can't wait to come back and say hey. And the hours accurate?
Yep, hours are 10 to 7
Perfect.
Daily. And then we do have a couple different changes on schedule for the winter, but that doesn't start till November 15th.
Raspberry malt.
Raspberry malt. You might like it.
Whenever I stop my diet, what if you make some keto Wilton Candy Kitchen items? What do you think? Somebody told me you can make ice cream out of avocado.
I just think maybe
I should just have a cheat day and go to the Candy Kitchen.
Maybe you should just cheat.
George would be so disappointed if he knew, because the first time I was at the Candy Kitchen, this man right here served an ice cream cone to my son, who was probably 3 or 4 maybe, and my sister was in town, and he was so nice.
Very nice.
He's just very kind.
Very
he would
kind.
be disappointed to know that I would
Yeah.
walk into the building and not get any ice cream.
He wouldn't understand it.
Plus, it's killing your bottom line with me on this diet, be honest.
Well, I'm on a no sugar diet too. But I
Oh my
won't-
gosh.
Yeah, so.
What are we doing,
We're crazy.
Lynn?
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
crazy people.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I appreciate you guys
Thanks,
coming
Tony.
down. The light up pins for sale.
Yeah, $3 at the
That's
Candy
super
Kitchen.
Cool.
Yeah,
Look
yeah,
at that.
yeah.
Can we zoom in one more time,
Yeah.
Betsy? Betsy's got pictures. She's holding bagels.
The bagels. Now that's a scene there.
All right, look
there
at
you
that.
go.
That is super
There you
cool.
go.
Wilton Candy Kitchen ready to go. Ragbri Saturday, Founders Day coming up in August, and stop in, say hey. You will enjoy yourself. Thank you again.
Yep,
Thelma.
thank you.
Thanks to
Yep.
George and Thelma
You're
for
welcome.
joining us. This is excellent. All right, Chef Tess, as predicted. Oh my gosh, are you serious? I have my very own Candy Kitchen pin. Oh, this is great. I'm going to put this sucker on. Oh my gosh, thank you. I'm so excited about this. Wow. I need all of my guests to bring me Candy Kitchen items from here on out. Thank you. Oh, this is fabulous. All right, so as predicted, Chef Tess, since we started the show, has created guacamole, ladies and gentlemen. And Tess, all the ingredients from right here at the store, people that want to take the time to make it, it's always worth it, yes?
Absolutely.
You
There's-
can't go wrong.
There's nothing like homemade guacamole.
I bet. I bet. Does Christian want to try the guacamole? Does he like guacamole? We probably have a spoon around. Normally when Tess gives us samples, we just kind of spoon things. That'll probably be the best guacamole ever. Look at this. Christian, you sat in the right place, pal. There you go. Boom.
All right. You can
Brenda's
try
trying it. All right. Hey, look, Brenda's on camera too. Dun, dun, dun. We got her. Good stuff, right?
one. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Guys,
you.
listen, it's very tough working next to a professional chef, okay? My life is hard. I don't know how I
Thank
do
you.
it.
Sure.
Yes. Please don't steal Chef Tess. I bet Chef Tess could whip up a raspberry malt. What do you know? Maybe.
Yes, I could.
All right. Hey, let's not get into competition with the Wilton Candy Kitchen, all right? We'll let them have the raspberry malts. We'll come up with the keto-friendly chocolate chip cookie dough Tony Tone shake malt combo. What do you think?
You're not going to let that go, are you?
I want avocado ice cream. I miss it a lot.
All right. Perfect.
All right. So again, Chef Tess has lunch from 11:30 till 1:30. Barbacoa tacos, and then barbacoa burritos tonight, starting at 4 o'clock, right in front of the store. It's great. Thank you guys. Talk to you soon. Have a great weekend. Good luck with Ragbri. I'm so excited about my pin too. This is awesome. Really excited. Really happy about that. I like tchotchkes. I like tchotchkes. All right. So Chef Tess, it just looks great. Just keep it there for a second. You got the pico de gallo. You got the guac. It's going to be nice. Barbacoa beef. Is that a low and slow cooking process, Chef
Yes.
Tess? Okay.
Yep. So it'll take about 3.5 hours.
Wow.
To braise that until it's super tender. So that's going right now. And yeah, I don't know what else I'm doing. I got to do some crema here in a little bit.
Okay.
But for sure, guacamole by request and some fresh pico de gallo. I might roast off some poblano peppers and throw in the pico. Just do something a little bit different.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Holy guacamole. Look at how good that looks. I'm telling you. That overhead camera is something else, isn't it? Did you just put that like that on purpose?
Yeah.
That looks like a picture. Very good. All right. Again, Tess had a very long day yesterday, and the fact that there's going to be a lunch and dinner ready to go is impressive. I just kind of got to be the, I really just tried to like interject when I had either something goofy to say. I shared my story last night at Keto Cooking, and I will say that that went better than I could have ever expected. And we thank everybody for coming out. And I definitely would like to show some pictures from last night's Keto Cooking with the help of Mr. Reginald Broderson. So Betsy gets so much joy out of this. It's something else. It really is. So August 29th will be the second keto class. Tickets will go on sale. Excuse me. Look at how good that pin looks right there. Tickets will go on sale next Wednesday at 9 a.m. for $10 each. Remember, we're limited to 40 people, and first come, first serve. So if you missed out, I think I have one of the tickets from last night. So it'll look similar to this. I put your face on the tickets. You okay with that?
Sure.
All right. Can't say no on live television. How about it? Keto Cooking with Chef Tess, number 2. I wanted to call it like the sequel or the return, but it's just Keto Cooking Class 2 for now. So here's some pics from inside the club room here at Hy-Vee. That is a panoramic, I think, maybe or not. I took a whole bunch of pictures. That's kind of how we set the tables. And then I think there's some food pictures. Keto pancakes. Keto pancakes, almond flour, so good. Keto chocolate chip cookies, also da bam. That's some fresh mozzarella with a little olive oil drizzled. And I think thumbs. You photobombed me with your thumbs up.
I did.
Look at how good that looks, though. Keto pancake. The samples were redonkulous last night. Egg bites.
Egg bites. Bacon egg bites.
And Ryan, I don't know if it's on that post, but you might have to go to my personal Facebook because I want to show the picture of the lasagna, and I want to talk about the lasagna for a second. So let's come back to Tessa. Actually, let's go to the... There you go. Keep it there just for a second. And then after this, let's go to the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam. And then to my Facebook for that lasagna pic, which was just cray-cray. Because Chef Tess told y'all yesterday that this lasagna was going to have some cheese and some amazing ingredients, a homemade sauce. And then Chef Tess said that she was going to make an Alfredo sauce at the class and then pour it on top of the lasagna. And I can't tell you all how good it was. And how heavy that pan was.
12 and a half pounds.
12 and a half pounds of lasagna. Wow. 12 and a half pounds of lasagna. That could be a band name. All right, let's go to the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam. Looking at floral. Those are some Michigan Glads in a vase. Brand new items. You can still get roses on the cheap. I'll tell you what, floral has never looked better in my opinion. There's Carol working hard in the background. And we're always ready to take care of you. I want to show the lasagna, and then we're going to mention our friends, Team Staffing, have an event on Saturday. And just getting excited for Ragbri. I just had another thought. I was like, oh, it's Friday. And then Betsy reminded me that it's Thursday. It's only Thursday. That's a bummer. Lasagna. All right, Tess. Come on. That was so good. I think people were kind of like, oh, diet lasagna. How's that going to taste?
I actually had 2 people
unreal.
reach out to me and tell me that was the best lasagna that they have ever had. And that is like wildly low carb lasagna. Doesn't even have any like actual pasta in it. And it's just great. Your wife found the recipe.
Yeah.
Made it for you. You brought it in for lunch. And then I replicated it, tweaked it just a little bit. And then we made that homemade Alfredo sauce right in class, which is a recipe that everybody should have in their arsenal. It's just delicious. Poured that right over the top. So that's Alfredo sauce. That's not cheese on top. And it was a winner. It was for sure a winner.
I can't undersell it enough. It was so good, and y'all need to even if you're not considering a keto diet. You've heard about it, you just want to come have fun. If you can get a ticket, they're going to sell out even faster this time around. I would encourage you to get a ticket starting on the 1st at 9 a.m. Customer service, you have to buy it in person. It's really easy to do like I showed you. They just will scan it at the register, and then you pay for it, and then you bring this to the class, and we'll collect it from you when you walk in the door, okay? I like that I have props today. I got 2 props. I got my Candy Kitchen pen and my Keto Cooking Class ticket. So that was sold out. That was a blast, and thanks to everybody that came out. So Team Staffing, our friends, having an event this Saturday, a blood drive. You can donate blood, help out the Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center. Donations are always lower during the summer, and they could use your help. They're also having a job fair. And you could stop in today from now until 7 p.m. or on Saturday, 9 to 12, blood drive, 10 to noon. They have a lot of opportunities. If you need a job, they'd love to help you get to work. Go see Katie and Charity and Trisha and Craig and the whole crew at Team Staffing and donate blood. There's also a big blood drive going on today, Thursday the 26th, that I believe starts relatively soon and goes until 6 p.m. at the Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center donor location, which is located right next to where we do the show here at Hy-Vee. So you can donate blood, and if you donate blood today, you'll get a 5-cent fuel saver added on to the old fuel saver card. Donating blood doesn't take that long, and you can help save a life. You know, we talked at the start of the show, we talked with Misty Wetzel about the Ashley Raymer Lovelace breast cancer benefit. You know, blood donations go to people like cancer patients that need it, and your blood will go to an area hospital. So the Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center will take your blood, they'll send it to their headquarters in Davenport, and then from there it will go to the hospitals that they work with, including Unity Point Health right here in the Pearl City. Ryan, is there anything else on that list at the bottom that I'm missing? Coolest sale of the summer, yes. Tomorrow and Saturday, frozen fuel saver. The more you spend, the more you save. 10 on 10, 20 on 20, 30 on 30, 40 on 40, 50 on 50, 60 on 60, 70 on 70, 80 on 80, 90 on 90. Spend $100, get $1 off per gallon. So think about that real quick, y'all. If the price of gas was $2.60, whatever, minus $1, you're paying $1.60. And there's some fun deals at the bottom of that. That price on Busch Light is hot. If you love Busch Light, and I know y'all do, hashtag Muscatine Water, pick some of that up. Did I cover everything down there? Did I get it? Thank you. Yes. You want to grab that off the Facebook page? I mean, we've talked about it, but today is Thursday, and Chef Tess will have barbacoa tacos and barbacoa burritos for dinner and lunch tonight. You might call it supper, and you might call lunch dinner. And that's your problem. I call it lunch and dinner. Does anybody here call lunch dinner and dinner supper? I don't get it. Somebody explain it to me. And I know it's connected to like farming. I get that. But I am a dinner person. My wife would say supper, and almost when I hear it, I do this. I'm like, ooh, supper. I don't like that word. I don't know. There we go. You can see it on Facebook. Chef Tess, lunch and dinner today, right here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. Stop by, say hi, grab some food. You won't regret it. Okay, so we mentioned National Bagel Fest Day. Betsy brought us some Thomas bagels. I didn't even know that Thomas made bagels. That Thomas is a nice guy, okay? So you can celebrate by getting a bagel. There's also Bakery Fresh Bagels. It's also National Chili Dog Day. So if you haven't had heartburn in a while, go ahead, boo-boo, and get heartburn. I've had maybe 1 or 2 chili dogs in my life, and I got it all over my shirt. There's no good way to eat a chili dog because you're taking chili and putting it on a hot dog. It's going to be messy. Unless you were wearing a poncho and you're doing the lean. It's also National Aunt and Uncle Day, so don't forget your aunts and your uncles. Shoot them a text. It's National Intern Day. So if you've ever had an internship, if you've ever had an unpaid, how about an unpaid internship? I had 4 months at an internship for a radio station in Chicago, summer of 2005, where it cost me $25 a week to take the train. But it was a great experience. And last but not least, it is National Refreshment Day. So get something refreshing, perhaps from Starbucks, and then stop up to the Candy Kitchen in Wilton and say hi to our friends. All right. Thanks again to Misty Wetzel for joining us with the Ashley Lovelace benefit. That's this Saturday. Thanks to Lynn, Brenda, and Christian Ochiltree. Wilton Candy Kitchen. Ragbri, ready to go in town Saturday, stopping in Wilton and places like Wildcat Den before it ends in Davenport. Hy-Vee Today, gmail.com if you need me. We'll do a show tomorrow on Friday, and then we'll be ready for the weekend because, as the song goes, everybody's working for the weekend. You can call me Loverboy. Yeah. I also want to see the new Mission Impossible movie because it looks good, and it's gotten great reviews. And Tom Cruise does not age. You notice that? And he's nuts. He broke his leg doing a stunt in that movie. And it looks really good. But then also the Teen Titans movie comes out. And I can see that because I got the kids. Maybe I'll see 2 movies tonight. I got it. Listen, I have a lot going on in my life, clearly. All right, we'll see you on Friday. Thanks for watching. If you've been on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple TV, or Roku, or if you're watching this right now on MPW Channel 5, thanks for being here, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community. Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email hyveetoday@gmail.com.